How's everyone doing? Happy Easter. If you're watching this on Easter, turn it off. Go have fun with the family. Go watch a game. Go do something. Watch this Monday. And then set your notifications. I'm going to do this on Monday. And then a couple days later, I'll show you a little tour of the garden. And you can see how things have survived when I'm gone, when I'm on the road. I have to leave for 3 days, 3 or 4 days. So I'm just going to show you. I'll check the nutrient solution, make sure everybody's doing good. And 3 or 4 days when I get back, it might be dark, so it might be the next morning. I'll get out there, and before I do any work or check on anything, we'll go through and take another quick tour and see how everything survived. So, like I said, I love traditional gardening, but the ones that I've grew before, I couldn't leave alone for an extended period of time, and sometimes I'm gone for a week or 2 weeks. And this Carefree system and the downspouts and things like that, it works all by itself. And let me find. Oh, and if you live in an apartment and you don't have room for traditional gardening, or you have a small yard and don't have room for one, this works well on a porch or a patio or balcony. And you can see, like last year, everything I grew was on my porch. And some people just aren't physically capable of doing a traditional garden with the weeding and tilling, and I know my mom can't get out there and do all of that and use the wheelbarrow with the composting, but you can set a container somewhere, put a little nutrient solution in it, and grow your food. So I hope this helps some people out. Let's take a quick look. Here we go. Check it out. Collards doing really well here. The center downspout, planted those about 3 weeks ago. You all saw me plant all this out when they were small. Just left it, haven't done anything to it, growing all by itself. Tomatoes have gotten a little out of hand, so to tell you the truth, they look like they're doing really good, but I'm gonna have to replant those. They're just not gonna do well in here because they drink a lot of water, and that's way too many for a downspout. So good to start your transplants, but they're not gonna all stay in there. We'll show you that next week. My traditional NFT system, y'all saw that last year. I had it standing up vertical instead of horizontal. I just did it this way so everything's easy to get to. Everything's doing well. There's the tomatoes, they're starting to ripen up. I got some little baby tomatoes growing in already. That's looking like it's happy. But this system here runs off of power. A little nutrient solution runs in the bottom. And you have to constantly watch it, because if the breaker trips or that pump breaks and goes out, if you're not out here like in 12 hours every once or twice a day and the power goes off, I can lose all of those plants at once. This Carefree system is off grid. You don't have to worry about it. I planted that 3 weeks ago and haven't done anything to it. So we're going to compare it. Let's take this one on the end. This actually looks like the biggest one. Healthy root system. He's looking pretty good. Going to check. They both look about the same. One leaves look a little big, but that's the biggest one. They both look about like they're doing just as well. So if you're just after microgreens, and you're just after baby greens, you don't need the traditional hydroponics. It grows really well in there. But if you're not trying to grow a mature head of collards or kale or anything like that, why waste the power? You've got this system. You set it, forget it, and it grows all by itself. Maybe we'll take a look inside of the downspout and show you the water's still clear. As long as you keep the light out, you're not going to have trouble with algae. Easiest system to use. The NFT system, this works really well too, and I've used this for years. I've grown with it for years, but you can see the basil. We've already got a harvest off there. My wife's already cut the big leaves off. And in a couple of weeks, we're going to have our second harvest of basil already. So it grows really well. But you have to watch the power. Here, there's no power. Check out the roots. It's just awesome. I planted that and just left it on the table. I haven't done anything to it. And when I get home, I'm going to have pak choy for my salads. I'm going to toss that in my soup and replant it with some microgreens and have some more. Besides your power, if something like this tomato, the roots get too big, it can clog this system up. The water backs up and you lose everything too. So there's a lot of things that you have to watch on the traditional NFT system. like you said, pros and cons. It works really well. It just takes a little bit more care. The crack key system, there's nothing to do. These downspouts, I haven't done anything to those since you've seen me plant them out. Along the back wall there, my wife's actually harvested all of the big leaves off of there. So we've got one harvest off of there. Next week we'll hop over to the collards, harvest off of there, and then alternate back and forth. And for the next month we'll have baby greens whenever we want them. Here's another system, crack key. Just planted that out, some more kale. Haven't done anything to that. Plant them, set them, forget it, and you've got baby greens. Nothing could be easier. We'll see that in a couple days when we get back. So my one lonely little pepper up there. But this system, really love it. Works well, takes a little bit of care. So we're going to see how that does. If the power doesn't go out, that'll be just fine. But this system, if the power goes out, it's still good. That amaranth I planted 6 weeks ago. And all I've done was, before I left, I put 1 gallon of nutrient solution in each one. That's all it used in 6 weeks. So what's left of my salad, my lettuce, I'm actually just going to plant these. Let's check this pak choi. I'll pull one of these up. Well, check them out. Yeah, see, he could get a little bit bigger, and since I'm going out of town, I'm not going to worry about transplanting them right now. So we're just going to leave this lettuce go. When I come home, we'll take that out. I might take a couple of these with me to munch on the road, and this will be all gone. I'll show you cleaning that out, transplanting out the new pak choi, and you can see this. So that's how the amaranth is going. We're going to take a look at all of that, maybe plant some new plants, get some more microgreens started, all kinds of stuff going on. And 1, 2, 3, yeah, I have to be gone 3 days, so it'll be 4 days. We're going to see how everybody's doing. You guys get out there. Hope you had a fantastic Easter. Come back in 3 or 4 days and see me. Set your notifications and that, and I'll upload this. And y'all get out there in the meantime. Keep on growing.